Mevagissey Activity Centre is actually the end product of work from two separate charities, both based in Mevagissey. One is the Mevagissey playing fields, who hold the lease on all this land. There was another charity in Mevagissey called Mevagissey on the Move, and their remit had always been to provide facilities, particularly for younger people. Both charities had a vision. We started to think that, in fact, the two charities together, working together, had a much stronger vision than the two charities operating separately. And I think that's been borne out by events. The luck of the draw, if you like, the mix of the people that the two charities put forward onto that committee did actually give us an extremely committed, obstinate, fighting group of people to put together what became quite a complex package.
The centre itself has three resident clubs. There's a bowling club, a tennis club and a football club, and they utilise the outside pitches. So the all-weather bowling green, the tennis courts and the football pitches are used by those clubs. They all have their own development plans, and those development plans incorporate trying to get more people in, particularly the younger people, to play their sport.
You want to find out about the club, right? We have normal club, what they call roll-up sessions, Wednesday mornings and Thursday afternoons. Wednesday morning, we as a bowls club help to get grants and everything to get the money to get activity built. We had a small place which was used by the bowls, the tennis and the football, which wasn't in a fit state to use and so on. We couldn't get our club fully started and fully affiliated because our green was all right, but the facilities that we had with it wasn't good enough to bring teams down. So yes, we backed the activity centre to the hilt.
It gets me out more because in 4 years I've never socialised very much, and I can come down here and play bowls twice a week. I can come to the salsa dancing. I can go to the activity centre where you can go in the gym. There's so much going on, it's unbelievable.
I've got the third one and the fourth. Jack's was back here.
Well, we're old age pensioners, and really this is enough energetic, I suppose, for us to do.
Yeah, but there are lots of
there's lots of things in there. They got next week we got to have our eyes tested in there, so we got the doctors or whoever coming. Yes, Jack and me is going in. He's going in on the 21st. I got to go in on the 22nd. Oh no, it's a routine. Yes, every year.
We've developed a strong link with the local surgery, so we'll be getting referrals from the surgery. They've actually taken up one of our offices, and they're doing clinics from that office, and we'll pick up some patients from there.
The centre is aimed at really the whole community, and that's not just Mevagissey. The lottery have always referred to it as a hub centre, and that's a hub for Mevagissey, but also the surrounding villages of Goran, St Ewe, Pentuan. Downstairs you have facilities that are broadly funded by the lottery, Sport England. So they are predominantly linked to the sporting side of the total site. That's not just the building, but the whole site. And the bowls, the tennis, and the football pitch. So there are changing rooms. There's the multi-purpose hall marked out for use primarily for badminton, but also for indoor football, indoor tennis, and various other things. And there is the amenity room where we are talking now with a bar, and that actually links out through the doors to the bowling green and the tennis courts. So again, part of our plan always was to have people come through the centre to go to any of the activities on the site. Upstairs we have really the community side of this project. We then have an IT training suite, which is something we've always wanted to do, as part really not just for learning, but as part of a community commitment to help people actually get skills, qualifications to go into jobs. But equally, you'll see from some of the people there, they are doing it for leisure, learning, and so on. So we're putting on a range of courses up there for that. There's the kids drop-in centre. We have a youth worker, works 3 hours a day, weekdays, term time. and we have a varying number of kids who come in, and there's musical instruments in there, and it's relaxed, but it is also formal and planned.
I run the Sports Injuries Clinic, which is based in the referees' room. I also work alongside the Mevagissey football team, which is obviously based here.
Okay, what I'm going to do is just ease your foot out to the side.
I rent the room directly from the centre. They take a percentage of my takings in exchange for obviously the heating and the lighting and the facilities here that I have.
How does it feel? Yeah, that's right. I'm just going to draw it down. Okay, yeah.
One of the things we were very fortunate early on was through John Richings, who's a local business advisor, put us on to Sue Morrish at Coactive in Plymouth. And Coactive were remarkably helpful in getting us to focus on the structure. It was at the time we were putting the business plan together. And although you tend to be thinking of trying to raise the funding, what I think Coactive helped us to do was realise that assuming you get your funding, you've then got to operate successfully thereafter. And getting us to focus on the company structure, how the directors would come to the centre, keeping it manageable, all the rest of it. That was an extremely helpful piece of support from Coactive. And it was out of that that the advice came and the route came to go as a community interest company. And I still use Coactive. The CIC articles and memorandum are considerably less onerous than a company limited by guarantee. We employ a centre manager and we have an assistant manager come sport development officer. We then have 3 young ladies in the office who are all part-time, but between them are 2 full-time equivalent. And ultimately we foresee the need for other staff, like if the bar really grows we will need probably dedicated bar staff. But at the moment we're trying to contain our costs to be met by our revenue. Obviously in a project of this nature the timescale tends to take longer than you've ever thought. So we have a relatively slow start-up. We anticipate in the first year requiring to generate about £90,000 of revenue, but our costs are greater than that. So in fact we've always foreseen that our break-even point is actually at the beginning of year 4. Now one of the major supports that we had when we realised that it was going to take us that long to break even was that the lottery have also given us revenue support in addition to the capital funding, and they are supporting us for the first 3 years to the tune of another £80,000 nearly, and that bridges the gap between the build-up of our revenue and of course on our costs, which tend to kick off at the level that they're going to operate at.
I just think that this is what the village needs to pull itself together and to support the clubs that are going to emerge and grow from this particular centre.
It is geared to satisfy particular needs within the village, and I think it goes a very long way to doing just that.
My husband's come down for retinal screening. Before being able to come here we had to go further afield, so it's been a lot easier, and the facilities here seem to be absolutely fantastic.
The usage generally is increasing, but we do want to expand the usage to the outlying villages as well. It was designed to do just that.
We're very conscious of the need to continue working with our funders. It doesn't just end with the cheque, so to speak. And part of the challenge to us, I think, is a determination to deliver what we set out to them as the reasons and the dream behind this building.